as this uncertainty continues with the government shutdown, layoffs, market chaos, and just everything happening, it's understandable that a lot of us will have the first instinct to recoil and try to draw back from everything happening. A lot of us have a self-protective mechanism of going into periods of reflection and stillness and actually decreasing our levels of productivity when something shocking, impacting, or chaotic has happened. If you're affected by the government shutdown, not just as an employee, but as someone who receives benefits that may be impacted, or someone who's experienced a job loss, or a lot of people, they're not directly impacted at all, and they're just feeling insecure about all of the changes and have made up their minds that their head is spinning. Firstly, I would encourage you not to be feel that you need to be guarded against, is a good way to say it, to be guarded against the feeling of confusion, the feeling of feeling overwhelmed by everything that's happening. There are people in my life who talk about being overwhelmed by everything that's happening, and they're not impacted in any severe way. Yes, inflation sucks and it's unpleasant, but it shouldn't throw you into a whirlwind to the point that you are having a shock reaction or shutdown reaction. And so I would encourage you to not be embracing of that spirit. If that is something that's clouding you or coming upon you, to be rebuking of that, to not accept that, to not receive that, because a lot of us are, and that's not where we need to be right now. Everything about all of this is showing us more than ever that we have to have other things that we're doing and we're focused on financially, mentally, and emotionally. If you have a job, great. And we should care about our jobs. But while I'm at my job, while I'm doing my job is over the internet. I work from home. While I'm doing my job, I'm also focused on other things. I realize I'm not going to be there forever. The job is not my life. It never has been my life. I have other aspects of my life that I'm invested in emotionally and financially and mentally throughout my day. I don't just do YouTube. I have another business and I have other income generating activities that I'm involved in. I'm not singularly focused on my job. And I would caution you not to be as well, because that's where a lot of the feeling of insecurity is coming from. It's coming from the fact that people are so singularly focused on what happens at their job day in and day out that there's no room for anything else other than to wait for Friday to get here, have heart palpitations when the weekend is over, and then do it all over again. We have to do something different. You have to do something different, or you're going to be in the predicament of feeling insecure and anxious, wondering when the next hammer is going to hit your life in terms of your job. And not just the financial aspect, but the mental aspect. It's highly doubtful that your company has not earned all of the emotional intensity and attention that they get from you. And it would be best, very likely best for all of us, to have some other place where we're putting our energy, our mental energy, and our physical energy and our emotions. I'm not saying to quit your job, but to do that in addition to your job. So I wanted to bring that to you today, just some insight into that. And don't think about, oh, I don't know how, or I'm going to make mistakes. Listen, there's too much AI out here to feel like you don't know how to do something. If you have an idea of something to put out into the world, a project idea, content, anything, take it to AI. Take it to ChatGPT. Take it to Gemini. And ferret out those ideas. Write about what you would like to do and ask it how it would successfully execute such ideas. That's a start. And believe me, you can begin to build on that. That's exactly what I'm doing. That is leading me through other paths other than depending on my job, because I know that we're going to be replaced. I am going to be replaced. For people affected by the government shutdown, there are resources that are being put in place to help soften the blow. They're not like federal resources, but many companies are trying to do small things that will lighten the burden for people who are employed by the government and impacted by these layoffs. So I looked into a couple of things. Several national restaurant chains have announced initiatives to provide free food to federal workers. TGI Fridays is offering complimentary meals daily to the TSA and air traffic control employees right now through October 23rd or until the shutdown concludes. And eligible workers can choose from basically a certain menu if you present your federal ID at over 80 participating locations throughout the U.S. A restaurant called Ruby Slipper is providing a free entree valued up to $20 to any government worker with a valid federal ID at all of its locations. And in Davenport, Iowa, a place called Flavors of India is offering free meals to all federal workers for the duration of the shutdown. And for all of these, you have to present a badge, like proving that you are a federal worker. Now, in Washington, D.C., of course, there's a high concentration of federal employees. Many local businesses are offering these sort of discounts in the form of extended happy hours and restaurant and lunch specials. The Cork Wine Bar is offering wine and snacks at reduced prices, and the Hard Rock Cafe in Washington, D.C. has a $12 lunch special for federal workers. Even some service businesses like Kobe's Dog Care and Spa are deferring membership dues until the shutdown is over. There's also something called the Shutdown Relief Map created by My Fed Benefits. This is an interactive online tool that allows federal workers to search for assistance in your area. It includes food banks, financial aid, and local business discounts. Military families impacted by the shutdown can also find support through Military OneSource, who is offering a 0% interest and no payments for 3 months on commissary purchases made with a military star card during the month of October. So these are initiatives that are around to, again, help people infected by the federal worker basically freezes. I mean, you have to be, I suppose if you've been furloughed and you have an ID, this would apply, because all they want to do is see an ID. They're not like checking your status. I will also put the link to the My Fed Benefits Shutdown Relief Map in the description to this video so that you can put in I think it's your zip code, and it will let you know what relief services are in your area. Don't shut down. Make this an opportunity to get into something new, to try an idea. Almost nothing is going to take off overnight, but we have to start somewhere. Until next time, blessings to you all.